Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What it do? So fam, welcome to K&M Witchery, or rather readings by K&M Witchery. That's me. I am Kat Nicoletta Monroe, for those of y'all who may not know. And I'm doing a spontaneous pick a card for y'all today, all about where your path is currently taking you. Now, I'm saying spontaneous because this literally just came to me when I was on a walk with my dog about 15 minutes ago. And so I'm not really entirely sure what to expect behind any of these piles. As you can see, I am creating them as we go. Now, when I say path, by the way, for those of y'all who, I just heard no. For those of y'all who don't know, my version of a path, sneak peek, is a choice that one can make that will lead to another choice and another choice. The path is nothing but a metaphor, okay? The path is created by all of the individual little bricks, aka choices, that you lay down, and they lead you to a place. And this is to offer you a little bit of clarity about the direction that you're currently headed in. So, using your wonderful and powerful free will, you can change direction should you choose. So if there's something in here that you may not like, because regardless of what's behind these cards, I'm going to go through the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, that shall be, okay, for you. You can decide if, based on the pile that you selected for yourself, if this is in fact something that you actually want to pursue, or if you want to perhaps maybe pivot or accept it altogether. I heard stop. Okay, so here are your 3 piles. We're going to do a really quick pick a card, check in, whatever it is that you need, soul fam. Take a nice peek at the cards that lay before you. Trust your guts. Perhaps maybe you're already hearing a number or 2 in your head. I am hearing just 1. So Spirit is urging you to choose just 1 pile this time. Interesting. And see where it is that it leads you, okay? So whether or not you hear a number, you can't take your eyes off of a pile, or you just simply know, you got that gut feeling that behind this particular pile are the answers that you are seeking today. Trust it, okay? Scroll down below to the description, pick out your pile, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Cool. Peace. Hello, pile number 1. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today. Let's see where your current path is leading, shall we? We have the World. Interesting. So there, oh, I just heard bottom. Okay. So there could be some travel that's coming into play, or perhaps maybe there's some sort of like a rebirth cycle that could also be coming in. Let's see what else we got. We have the 2 of Cups. Okay, could have something to do with love and romance, a soulmate perhaps, or just a deeper connection with you and Spirit if you are single and not interested in dating. We also have the King of Pentacles coming out here, okay? So there seems to be a really wonderful bout of financial stability that you are currently lining onto, or if you already have it, then whatever it is that you are doing, Spirit's saying stick to this plan, okay? I just heard you will see the results really soon. Let's see what else we have. We have let go, bury, okay? Oh, I just heard move this over. All right, Spirit, go off. We have self-worth, love, value, respect. Yes, I love that. We have attract through glow. Very, very interesting. I'm gonna move this down. And we also have death that came out here. Okay, just because I don't really know how to make this all nice and aesthetic, we're just gonna go with what we got, okay? Okay, cool. Thanks so much for tuning in. All right, let me channel in the messages for y'all. Okay, for some of you, you could currently be going through a change of relationship status, meaning that you're going to be single, okay? Because this Two of Cups and the Death card here is kind of saying that something has come to an end, okay? The rose has died. I just heard dried. There is something here of significance too. If that doesn't necessarily resonate, or it does, let me know. There's something about the roses that you have dried. Perhaps maybe you're using that towards like a manifestation of sorts, or okay, certain cultures, the way that I was personally brought up, do I personally believe in it so much? No, but I'm going to speak on the superstition nonetheless, that when you dry out the flowers that someone had given you, it's kind of like you're drying out the relationship, if that makes any sense. So it's not always the best thing, but people also believe in the opposite, right? And they want to make it eternal. Either way, there's something here about drying flowers that has something to do with some sort of like manifestation, or maybe you've used dry flowers to help you with some form of manifestation. Let me know in the comments down below, pile one, what that is all about. Nevertheless, letting go and bury here, okay? There's something that really needs to be laid to rest, okay? With the World and the Cups and the King of Pentacles, you are now on a path towards change, towards choosing yourself, okay? I'm not gonna lie, pile number one, it seems as though you are currently on a path of perhaps maybe being newly single. My nose just itched on that. For those of y'all who are new, that just signifies my accuracy. So, and Spirit is really coming through me to say that you have nothing to worry about, okay? When it comes to your financial stability, that's going to continue to grow, okay? So Spirit is seriously being like, yo, pile one, you better keep on doing what it is that you have been doing. Stay consistent on this path. All of the beautiful ideas and brainstorms that you have about making money and creating stability in your life, especially as perhaps maybe a newly single person, you got to keep on doing it, okay? Because your efforts are about to pay off, okay? And through your glow up, you will continue to attract new types of possibilities, new people. I just heard new places. So there can very well be a lot of travel that is coming into play here, okay? It's interesting because I kind of just want to do this. It's like your ability to choose yourself is substituting the loss that has been incurred for you, okay? Now with all of this red here as well, it could very well mean that something that was really rooted into your root and base chakra is now kind of being released, okay? We're letting it go. There is something really big about manifestations with y'all, okay? So my nose keeps itching on that. So I don't know if y'all perhaps maybe did something really cute under candlelight, you burned something and then you buried it. Maybe you buried some form of gift, or even if they were perhaps maybe flowers that were gifted to you, you buried them. You signified closure through an actual act, okay? Because I'm literally like, not only obviously is it pictured here with a hand on a, not a shovel, but whatever this thing is, maybe it is a shovel, I don't know, I'm not a gardener, but this thing, okay? You literally laid something to rest. Okay. And with the World here too, y'all, are you traveling? Do you have plans to travel? Because this path that you're currently on right now, I keep hearing reverse, y'all. I'm just going to do this. Some form of an ending to your relationship. You're looking to move away from a particular person. This could also be a best friend, okay? Or you viewed your ex as a best friend, okay? But choosing yourself here too, you are looking to embrace self-worth, love, value, and respect, so much so that I'm hearing dear God. So sorry, because these channelings are kind of all over the place, but I'm excited. I don't know. You could have been asking God, the universe, spirit, whatever it is that you resonate with personally, to remove whatever and whomever does not align to you, okay? And that is a very powerful prayer and spell that shouldn't be done so waringly, Okay, because it does absolutely come with a lot of clarity that can be painful, okay? But that being said, there seems to be a lot that you are ready to lay to rest. Now, perhaps maybe you've already done the whole breakup thing a while ago. The path that you're currently on and the decisions that you have been making for yourself, especially when it comes to choosing yourself. Like, look at that happiness. Look at this little happy piggy. That's adorable. It's adorable. You're finding in so much more of that stability, okay? And I just heard a long time coming, okay? So just know that choosing yourself, especially when it means moving away from someone who you feel you're no longer aligned with, that is a very selfless act, okay? And I really want to bring that to light because I'm feeling that a lot of y'all have been told that you're incredibly selfish for choosing yourself, for I think maybe for a lot of you, the breakup was in fact kind of your choice. And people may view that as like, oh, you think you're too good for me now, or like, look at you, you're now getting some money or opportunities to travel and you're breaking up. And like, that's so false. Like, why it's selfless, you're now able to show up better, greater, wealthier, healthier for those who are in alignment to you. I saw 1133 on my timer, so that could resonate with y'all, okay? As far as 33 and 11 goes, I heard 22, okay? So you can be seeing different types of numerological synchronicities coming into play. Follow them, okay? And yeah, I'm hearing the inside of a plane. I don't know how else to describe it, okay? So I really do think that some of y'all are, in fact, really traveling here. Choosing to stay and not lay to rest what you are now being called to lay to rest, despite the grievances that are coming in, okay? Nobody said that this was going to be incredibly easy. But choosing yourself can sometimes be like the hardest thing you can do. Oh, look, there's an 11 right here too. Beautiful. 17, 18. Get to the point here, sorry. There's something about you guys on like numbers. You look for synchronicities a lot. I just heard look no further. Like you're already on the path that you have been hoping to be on, to manifest, to push into, okay? It's about having that faith within yourself now. And despite the grievances, despite the difficulties, this is in fact the best and easiest and most efficient route you can take when you choose yourself in the process, okay? So please, like, I just want to like put my hands on your ears, like muffle out all of the noise, all of the naysays, all of the judgments of people who do not understand where and why it is that you're coming from, because those types of narratives are based on beliefs that I just heard you just want to give up. Like, ooh, so fam, time spent with a particular person in a job, in an area, okay, it could be in a home, doesn't mean that you should stay there for the rest of your life to see the time really pay off. Like sometimes when you have grown out of a person, place, or thing, it's time for you to go. Like standing still in one place, figuratively or literally, can create stagnation and have you consistently place other people before you to a point of disrespect. To my people pleasers in pile number 1, stop abandoning yourself in an attempt to not be abandoned by others. Choosing yourself will feel like abandonment to those who have become dependent on your ability to serve them and do what it is that they want at will. That resonated with someone. Don't stay in places for the sake of others if it's at your own detriment. I'm feeling as though like someone's making like a pros and cons list. Like I'm getting, what's that episode from Friends where like Ross makes a list about Rachel and like some other chick, like pros and cons, right? You have been going back and forth about this decision, should I stay or should I go, for quite some time. You already know. You've already been securing your money, your plan, your efforts. I just heard like your body, like you've been taking care of yourself so much so that perhaps maybe it's through self-care and love and value and respect and building up on that self-worth that you have noticed the misalignment, because the people and perhaps even places, because some of y'all have been single, but like where you're at is just like, it's not tickling your fancy anymore. You know, you're just like, I gotta go. I feel pushed out. I don't feel like I belong here anymore. The people that are around me kind of just push me down even more. Like there's so much of that kind of narrative going on, right? Like follow your soul, follow the path that you have been diligently working on. And it is, once you're able to let go, that you're going to be able to attract through your glow up a rebirth, okay? Because death is only a transmutation of energy. Death is not the end all. Death is actually a new beginning. And yeah, it could come with some really hard times and some grievances, okay? Change can be very uncomfortable. Healing is very uncomfortable. That's why it's called growing pains. But you got to go with the motions, especially because Spirit is giving you the thumbs up, the green light. Like if you want this, go ahead and get it. Na, 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 na. I don't know, something about Rihanna just came through. Nose itch. Okay. I heard my snaps on you, pile number 1. So this was an incredibly quick kind of check-in as intended. I do hope that it served you, okay? Best of luck to you on this wonderful transformation, okay? Lay to rest what no longer serves you and keep choosing yourself. You are okay to do so, all right? And the rest will be absolutely up to you. So let me know, pile number 1, did this resonate with you? Let me know down below in the comments. Give it a like. Definitely book with me at knmwitchery.com if you want something precise and concise just for you. I do currently have a limited time sale going on my website for my psychic services, so take advantage should you ever feel pulled. And yeah, that's it from me, y'all. I hope to see you in the next reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. Let's see what path you are currently on, where it's leading you. We have the Death card. Very interesting. Interesting because it came out in the first reading too in a different way. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords. So there's some sort of like an ego play happening here. We have just trust. Okay, we have inner truth with the owl. Owls could be a signifier for you. Something about a dream too. Did you recently dream about an owl or like some form of like a bird or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, because we do have yet another bird that says focus on the big picture. Now the thing is though, is this came out in reverse, okay? So I'm going to honor it as such. And last but definitely not least, we have courage. I'm not going to lie. Pile number 2. There is a lot of self-doubt and perhaps maybe even sabotage that is currently in play, okay? So this is quite different from the first pile, but nevertheless, sometimes our mind plays tricks on us to keep us stuck and stagnant on what it is that we can control, what it is that we can predict, okay? Sometimes change becomes incredibly scary when we're so used to one way of being, one way of living, one way of accepting how perhaps maybe other people treat us, or let's say this is like a work kind of example. It doesn't necessarily have to resonate, but as an example, take it as it would perhaps play out for yourself personally. But perhaps maybe you've been in one particular organization for quite some time, okay? And you are exhausted, you're overworked, you're perhaps maybe mistreated, you're not really as respected in this particular workplace as you once were or that you could be, okay? And you've done everything that is being asked of you, and yet, you are not getting the acknowledgement and perhaps maybe pay, respect, etc., that you could have. But going to another workplace, or perhaps maybe this is the only place that you've ever worked in, okay? You've spent so many years and time of your life in this one place that even doing something like creating a resume and holding interviews is something that is completely outside of your comfort zone. So you're like, no, I'm just going to wait it out. My boss promised me things will change, and maybe if I do this, I'll get, like, you see how you kind of keep yourself stuck and stagnant in situations and experiences that you could very well, with an ounce of courage, push yourself out of this like dark hole and dark place into the light. Why not take that risk? The Death card here with the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, it's like, okay, Pentacles are physical opportunities, perhaps, okay? Physical choices, something that you have already in your hand, okay? Even if it's just the option and the idea thereof, okay? That hasn't fully been perhaps maybe chosen just yet. We're juggling, and yet the ego is coming in to say, no, that could never really work out, especially because the Five of Swords is confirming that ego, right? It's like there's this devil and angel on your shoulder that's saying yes or no. I keep hearing relationships. So you could very well have had an ideal mate of sorts, boyfriend, girlfriend, non-binary, whomever, that came into your life, wanted to take things to the next level, and you said, nay. No. Why? Because relationships just don't work out for me. So why would this be any different? And so you sabotaged this type of connection. Am I speaking to my avoidance in here? Okay. Could be the case there as well. Now, there is a difference between your inner truth, okay, and your ego, right? Your inner truth meaning your intuition. And the difference is your intuition is soft. It's gentle. It urges you towards having more faith and trust and courage. Okay? It takes you actually outside of the box. Because with this card, focus on the big picture being in reverse, it's telling me that you're focusing on the small things. Okay? And that means that you got to kind of step out of your shell. You got to step out of that hermit, that darkness, that ability to believe as though what lies above your current situation, like, you got to know that it does exist, okay? But you keep kind of convincing yourself that it doesn't. I keep hearing sabotage, pile number 2. So the path that you're currently on can change and lead you towards a place of harmony and truth and wisdom, should you choose to kind of silence what your ego is saying and allow yourself to build up the courage to make the choice already. Because you think you're choosing the safest path. And yet, what you're really doing, pile number 2, is kind of choosing stagnation. You're choosing to repeat a similar cycle. And what is the definition of insanity, soul fam? It is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And yeah, sometimes that does actually require strength and courage. Like, courage is never the absence of fear. It is choosing to stand despite the fear. It's looking fear straight in the eyes and saying, no more. I choose myself. I choose happiness. I choose a world of color. It's like that scene when Dorothy pops on into wherever she goes, Oz. And all of a sudden, her world goes from this like dingy brown and grayscale to now colors of the rainbow that have been seemingly too good to be true. I just heard Alice in Wonderland's "In a World of My Own." Why not make that a reality? That's the softness that I'm feeling from your intuition. You envision this life of peace and respect and love, and yet you're turning away from it because it seems impossible based on you being super zoned in on what isn't working out, okay? Or maybe you're so zoned in on the tiny thing that is that you're completely pushing away what isn't in the situation. But if you really step out and you see the bigger picture, you can see that there are more opportunities, and you allow yourself to kind of exist in more of that duality, if you will, okay? And the way to break out of duality is to, in fact, accept it. Because once you accept duality, you have a greater courage to actually choose where and how it is that you wish to reside most. Okay? So, for what it's worth, Soul Fam, I do really hope that you listen to that intuition, because your ego is loud, it's mean, it's discouraging. Okay? It will insult you. It will deprive you of that happiness because it will immediately tell you, you're not worthy of that. Cancel, cancel. You can never achieve that. Cancel, cancel. You are worthy and you can achieve anything that is that you set your mind to. It just takes a lot of effort. And yes, that effort is often very uncomfortable, but you already have the choice. The choice is yours, pile number 2. And that's where I hope that this really quick check-in helps you out and gives you a little bit of a motivational push, because this is not for me to tell you that you're going on the wrong path. It just means that you can perhaps pivot. Why not? Why not be a little bit more positively delulu? Why not begin to work beyond those narratives of avoidance and doubt and discouragement, and trust in the possibilities that you have already formulated? You have already thought up of a world, a reality, a routine, a workplace, a relationship, whatever it may be for you personally. That already exists because you have decided it true in your mind. Now, the really beautiful thing about the unconscious mind is it doesn't exactly know what is true or false. This is where like delulu can actually be a really positive thing, because you can trick yourself into believing in greatness beyond your present reality. Now, you can still be realistic about it. And I love to break it to you, pile number 2, but you can have a positive relationship. You can have a healthy workplace. You can live peacefully despite what your past and all of those patterns have taught you before. That part is completely up to you. Now, I did hear my snaps, so I'm going to let this be. Pile number 2, so much love to you. Let me know how this resonated with you. I do hope that it was received with an open heart, and please know that this is absolutely zero judgment, okay, but rather encouragement, okay? So yeah, let me know, pile number 2, did this kind of give you a little bit of a helpful quote-unquote reality check or a new reality introduction? Let me know. And yeah, I'll see y'all in another pile or in another video. That's it from me, y'all. Thanks so much. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What it do? Pile number 3. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Let's see where your current path is leading you, shall we? All right, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Love that. We have the 6 of Wands. Nice success. Okay, okay. We also have the Knight of Wands. Wow. Before I pull from the rest, I don't know what lies there yet, but I'm going to tell you this. Pile number 3, please switch up the narrative around any lack mindsets when it comes to your finances, okay? Because you're going to find so much success in what it is that you are actioning, okay? It seems as though some of your actions, like you felt kind of like stuck and stagnant and almost like tied up, okay? Almost as if you are in like too much of a disbelief. There's a failure mindset that Spirit is asking you to alleviate, okay? Because the path that you're currently on, should you continue to do what it is that you are doing despite some of the difficulties and unknowns. Okay, I'm really getting pulled to the moon over here, right? When there's a full moon, it's almost like an air of mystery and perhaps even some like horror, right? Like you don't really know what the shadows are because you only have like a tinge of moonlight, and it's kind of like playing with your foresight. And the reason also why I'm saying that is because this 10 of Pentacles, it seems as though like, I don't know, this is kind of giving me the perception of like a toilet. It's like you feel as though maybe like you're flushing away money, that like you're kind of playing the game wrong or something. Like this guy looks freaking miserable, if I do say so myself, okay? So with the 10 of Wands interesting, I said 10 of Wands. Aha. Okay. 10 of Wands is a deep burden, okay, that you really got to let go of. So there are aspects of the past, perhaps maybe things didn't really work out so much in the past, but they're about to now, okay? It's about changing your perception, because if you're going to consistently convince yourself that things are not working out, you're missing the opportunity of actually obtaining what is, because you're not looking out for it anymore. You're not looking out for your wins, right? But the 6 of Wands is a celebratory card. So stop feeling so tied up and in disbelief of your efforts due to a lack mindset. Okay, let's see what else lies behind here. We have keep trying. Yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. You got to keep on pushing. Whatever it is that you are doing, like just because you haven't seen the efforts just yet doesn't mean that you have to stop. Or perhaps maybe you've barely even started, okay? Excuse me. But pile number 3, how the heck would you expect any change if you're not actually doing anything different? If you want an extraordinary life, that will require extraordinary measures. The next card coming out here to confirm what I'm saying is you are what you think. So if you believe that you are never going to succeed, well, you're only going to confirm that bias. We have no expectations. You may have a specific plan in mind, okay? A specific way of things working out, right? You could be so stuck on how something is going to come through that you're mistaking where that key will actually fit into like a different door. You know, it's kind of like you're blocking your own manifestations from being a reality by saying that it could only be like this and like this. But Spirit, God, your own actions have a greater plan. that actually exceed your expectations. So it's a matter of removing those expectations of things that you can't exactly control, okay? Like be open to the abundance and the happiness and the wealth and success that you seek without being so stuck on exactly how it is that you're going to obtain it. All you got to do is keep marketing, networking, putting yourself out there, talking to people. Like there's something here that like you're holding yourself back because the actions and trials that you have put out there have been more, they've kind of manifested more into lessons and things that quote unquote aren't working. But that's because you're meant to pivot. You're meant to kind of change things around. You're meant to, or perhaps maybe stay consistent, right? Like this is coming from someone who worked in sales for too long, in my personal opinion. The amount of rejections, the amount of times that people hung up on me, the amount of times that I was ignored, you know, that part was really discouraging. But that extra phone call, that extra email touch, that random check-in with a client of going like, hey, I thought of you today. And them going, oh my gosh, it's so crazy that you just reached out to me because this problem just occurred and I think you're the one that can help me with it. I would have never known that opportunity would have even existed if I would have held myself back and not picked up that call, not trusted my intuition to be like, let me call company X, you know? So utilize my example to your own situation, okay? Especially when it has to do something with finances and stability, because it's already there. Like you already have it. The 10 of Pentacles, are you kidding me? That's ultimate like success and achievement on a very physical level. But you're getting all tied up around it, right? It's like you're stuck and stagnant because you're not seeing things just yet, but Spirit is telling you to just push a little bit more. Just push, okay? And you have to believe in that version of yourself that you are aspiring to be. The type of routine that your ideal self, should you achieve X, Y, and Z. How does that really look like? Maybe this is a really beautiful time for you to, I don't know, I just heard ChatGPT. I personally don't play with ChatGPT, so I don't really know how that would go. But like, say you feed into the AI, okay, if I have this and this and this and this, tell me how my day-to-day reality would be like as a person who has achieved this and has this and da-da-da-da-da. You know, I feel that a lot of y'all are very logical minded, okay, nose itched on that. But my nose itches, by the way, just mean my accuracy goes up, okay? So that means that you really need some more tangible proof, okay? But with the last card coming in here, nature spirits, okay, you're being inclined to actually have faith in the things that are unseen, okay? Taking a walk in nature and perhaps maybe moving away from the computer screen, okay, nose itch on that. Removing yourself from the planning, from the exertion for a hot second in order for you to restabilize your mental and emotional states, perhaps even physical states. Like you could be feeling really tied down because you're overly exhausting yourself. If you're overly exhausted, you can't show up at 100%. Right? And perhaps maybe the expectation isn't even for you to always be functioning at 100%, but there's some perfectionists here in pile number 3 that I'm feeling. Keep getting nose itches, okay? Alleviate a little bit more of that. Take a walk, okay? Remove the stress and expectations off of your shoulders of how things should be. Rebalance yourself, recalibrate. Find out exactly what it is that you really do want and aspire to have, whilst not focusing too much on what isn't working out, because it already is. Like you already have it. It's just you're not seeing it because you're stuck on one door. Like it's like, okay, you have 2 doors in front of you. Pretend my hands are doors, okay? And you are just staring at this door and you're like, it's going to come through this door. It's right there. Like this door is going to open and finally I'm going to have the abundance and everything that I'm seeking. Okay. And yet whatever the abundance is already, it's standing right there. But you're so focused over here that you're not even noticing that this door is already open and already holding and like it's waving to you. It's like, hey, pile 3, I'm over here, but you're just glued on this freaking door. Is this making sense to y'all? I really hope so, because I heard my snaps, okay? So listen, y'all are already creating the outcomes and life and fulfillment that you want. Perhaps maybe you just got to cut yourself a little bit of slack, have a lot more faith in what it is that you aspire to be, and just keep on trying. Like, don't give up now. Don't give up now. If we're going to think corporate, there's like this really famous corporate type of like meme where you have two people that are like mining for diamonds. Okay. The one right underneath it, it's like a split screen, right? So the one right above the person below obtains the diamonds because they keep like picking on their pickaxe, right? And they get to the diamonds. And then this one on the below here turns away when they were literally like 2 freaking thwacks away from their success, from obtaining what it is that they want. I hope I explained that clear enough. If I find it, I'll pop it up. There it is. Okay. So the world is yours. Okay. And you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. The extra snapping is spirit telling me to shh. So I'm gonna do that. Pile 3, let me know how this resonated. I do genuinely hope that it helped and it motivated you to continue on this beautiful path that you are creating for yourself. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know with a like, with a comment. Definitely book with me at knwitchery.com if you want something precise and concise for you. And I do hope to see you in another video. Thanks so much. Peace.